We cannot turn a Nelson's eye or a blind eye to the ground realities that existed. This court rightly observed that though technology is a great enabler, there is at the same time a digital divide. Those were the Supreme Court's words a few weeks ago when setting aside a High Court order that allowed a police candidate from Bihar to be rejected for the position because he'd filled out the wrong date of birth in the online application form. The case is one among many shedding light on India's deep digital divide, even as the country hurtles towards digitizing many of its governance processes. But before all of that, let's get back to basics. What was the case about? Hailing from a village in Bihar, Vashisht Narayan Kumar was an aspiring constable and applied for a position like this under the reserved category. Kumar had already cleared various other eligibility criteria like the written and physical exams, and he'd also already submitted his educational documents and caste certificate for verification. Kumar, for the final part of the police application form, had to travel from his remote village to a nearby town to fill out the form at a cyber cafe. An assistant there actually helped him do that and successfully file it. The only issue was while doing so, he inadvertently filled out his birthday incorrectly and was rejected. A distraught Kumar then moved the High Court, and the order doesn't specify which one, to reconsider his selection and to issue an appointment letter reflecting his actual date of birth. Instead, during the hearings, the Bihar government doubled down repeatedly on why this wasn't possible, even as 61 seats reserved for the Gokar minority groups in the same selection round remained unfilled. The High Court denied relief in two separate instances, and finally Kumar approached the Supreme Court. The top court was not impressed with the Bihar government's defense or the High Court's order. In its order, it said that the state was not justified in making a mountain out of this molehill. Perhaps the rarefied atmosphere of the cyber cafe got the best of the appellant. After setting aside the High Court's order, Justices K.V. Vishwanathan and J.K. Maheshwari added that if the appellant is otherwise not disqualified, the case of the appellant should be considered and a necessary appointment letter issued. The bottom line here is that as the Indian government turns towards digitizing most aspects of its governance in the interest of the public good, the realities of India's digital literacy gaps while designing them have to be acknowledged too. Without doing so, digital governance initiatives, no matter how well intentioned or needed, may end up replicating pre existing socioeconomic inequalities instead of reducing them. And unlike this case, courts may not always redress these concerns either.